Brahma samhita, all the words from the heart of Brahma, who manifested everything of creation. What is realization about the truths of Sri Krishna? In this Grantha he described gradually. And Srila Jiva Goswami Prabhupad, maybe he realized more than Lord Brahma. So that's why he gave commentaries of the slokas of Brahma Samhita. Because he is in bhakti. He is in bhakti, pure bhakti. Not mixed with anything. Although always in his commentaries he used nyaya. Actually this shastra, nyaya, is not for bhakti. But Jiva Goswami Prabhupad is very clever. He used this to support all the conclusion of all Bhakti Shastra. Because Shastra needs three support. All the conclusions from scriptures, they need three support. First, Shruti. Siddhanta must be supported by the scriptures, different scriptures. Smriti, the conclusion, tattva, the siddhantas must be supported by our law, smriti. And the third support must be by nyaya. These three known as three prasthana. So Jiva Goswami Prabhupad, he used this nyaya in a tricky way to support all the conclusions. Only you can realize the greatness and the glories of Krishna when you have bhakti, very pure bhakti. Not mixed with anything. Even in the heart of Sukadeva, there was mixed some yogas and jnanas. That's why Sriman Mahaprabhu is said, who describes Srimad Bhagavata, Maharshi Vedavyasa. But Mahaprabhu said something very surprising. He said that Sukadeva knows Bhagavat better than Vyasadeva. Who is the creator of Srimad Bhagavat? But Mahaprabhu said that Sukadeva knows Srimad Bhagavat better than Vyasadeva. He didn't finish here. Then he said, Sridhar know more than Sukadeva. Who gave the first commentary of Srimad Bhagavat? Sridhar Swami Prabhupada. Mahaprabhu said, Sridhar, he knows Bhagavat, Srimad Bhagavat, more better than Sukadeva. Who described Srimad Bhagavat, explained Srimad Bhagavat lover at Srimad Bhagavat first time. Why it's happened? Because of that pure bhakti. How many times the Sukha Pakshi will touch the fruits by their lips, it will be more sweeter than before. It's a proverb, you know. Maybe that fruit was sour. When it will be touched by the lips of Sukha Pakshi, then that sour taste will change in sweet taste. So always it's happened with all our scriptures, and here in Brahma Samhita also happened like this. It is not clear. Is Brahmadev, when he described this all, the glories of Sri Krishna, is the mood of Srimati Radharani was in his shirt or not? It was not clear in the sloka. But Jiva Goswami, he found, yes, Brahmadev, here he mentioned Srimati Radharani. Because by this word only this conclusion is coming out. By this sentence, this conclusion is coming out. So Jiva Goswami, the Sukha Pakshi, when he touches that Brahma Samhita fruit, then it becomes very sweet for everyone. Before it was not so popular, mainly this side. When Sriman Mahaprabhu found this in South India, that time only that place was known. But when Mahaprabhu, he brought this here, when Jiva Goswami, he explained Brahma Samhita, then it's become very popular to everyone because of this sweetness of Brahma Samhita. Now he's glorifying the word Sri Krishna, great Krishna, who is attracting everything, who is building the mind. But here, Jiva Goswami, he found that truth. He says, you know why Brahma, he mentioned this name? Is his realization? No. He just takes shelter on the lotus feet of Srimati Radha. Because first time, only she realized the power, the sweetness of this name, 2 syllables, great Krishna. And after her realization, she explained, Tunde Tanta Viniratim, Vitanute Tunda Bunilabdhai, Karna Krura Karam Vini Ghatate, Karnar Budebas Priham, Cheta Prangana Sangini Vijayate Sarvam Jnanam Kritim, No Jani Janita Kyat Bhiramriti, Krishniti Varnate. She revealed her heart to her Sakhis. Oh Sakhi, I don't know what is there in this 2 syllables. Great Krishna. Whenever I start to chant, so then suddenly I'll get the desire of millions of my tongue. When I'll hear one time, suddenly I'll get the desire for my millions of years. When I place this name in my heart, suddenly he conquered all my other senses. I don't know exactly what is the power in this two syllable. What is the sweetness of this name? Krishna. Exactly same things Brahma said here. Ishvara Parama Krishna. Satchidananda Vigraha. Anadi Radi Govinda. Sarvakarana Karanam. Jiva Goswami, he said that, Brahma, he just follow very pure bhakti path. How we are chanting the name of our Ishta with Shakti, but the name of Shakti is before. Radha, Krishna. Sita, Ram. Lakshmi, Narayana. Where is Radha here? Where is Radha this word? In this sloka. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadi Radi Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam. There is no Radha name with Krishna? Yes, it is there. Parama Paraya Ramaya Sri Radhaya Sahavartate Iti Parama. In this word Parama, there is Srimati Radharani. Parama Krishna. Radha Krishna. So Srimati Radharani is there. That's why Jiva Goswami also mentioned this. But Brahma said, when Srimati Radharani is there, then Sri Krishna is Parameshwara. If there is no Radharani, then Krishna also like others. Only Ishvara, not Parameshwara. So now, he is continuing Jiva Goswami path, glorifying the word Sri Krishna. Shanta Sammati Shastradhisha Sharajya Lakshmapta Smustakami Balin Harat Besh Chiraloka Padai Kiri Takoti Rita Padapita. He says, no, everyone, all the other demigods, they are also worshipping. Why? Krishna is Sarvaga Ananta Vibhu. Why Krishna is the Supreme? Because all other demigods, even Lord Brahma, even Devadatta Mahadev, everyone, they are worshipping. And they cannot explain the glories, they cannot use any words to glorify Krishna. They will be speechless. Because no Shayanta Sammati Shastradhisha. There is no comparison with Krishna. You cannot compare the beauty, the glories, the power, the ability of Krishna with anything. Not Shanta. Not even by age. You cannot compare Krishna with others. Sammati Shastradhisha. There is nothing equal with Krishna. There is nothing older or bigger than Krishna. Because he covered everything. What Ishanisha said. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha yavatyam yavat. He covered everything. Moving, non-moving, everything He covered. And in the other hand, His support to send His energy from our inside by His Paramatman Sarup. By His Brahman Sarup, He covered, He is protecting us. By His Paramatma Swarup, He is giving us energy to activate ourselves, to do everything. So that is not our energy, that is not our power. We have that power within us because Krishna is there in the form of Paramatma. And you cannot compare. Anuranyan Mahadomya. When he becomes very small, he is smaller than anything. He is smaller than molecule. Anu. Mahadomya. When you will compare Krishna with the big things, and there is nothing bigger than Krishna. Because he covered everything. When one can cover other, when it is bigger than that things, isn't it? So Krishna is the bigger than anything. So you cannot compare. Nor Shayam to Sammatisha Stradhisha. He is the king of all kings, emperor of all emperors. He is the controller of everything. He is the controller of all planetary systems. Here in the sloka it is mentioned only about 3 planets, Bhu, Bhuva and Shwa. But it's Upalakshana. By these 3, they mention all the planetary systems. He is the controller of everything. And he can do anything, whatever he wants. By his power, by his ability, he can do anything. It will come later. Some things also. Some power also like in Krishna. What is that? It will come later. But here, Brahma says that yes, he can do anything, whatever he wants, because he created. He is the creator. He is the controller. He is Prabhu of everything, of everyone. So, it depends on his desire. What will happen with us? What will happen with his creation? It depends on his desire. And Krishna also said like this to Arjuna. Krishna also said like this, that everything, wherever, whatever is happening, you must know it's happening by my desire. Without my desire, nothing is happening here. Even when one leaves is falling down from the trees, you must know, Arjuna, that is also my desire. So, we are getting accident, we are getting so many things, so many problems. It's also desire of Krishna. I am going on the street, suddenly one big stones or bricks fallen down on my head. I died. It is also his desire? No, not that. Because we have to finish some calculation, debit and credits. Always we are doing so many things. We must accept the result of our activities. If it is good, the good result will come. Then flowers will be falling down on your head. If it is bad activities, then not flower, the brick will falling down. So it depends on your karma. Don't blame Sri Krishna. What is happening with me? You must check your laser book. You must check your laser book.
It's not
what you have done. So, but everything is happening really by his desire, not his own. So, Sarajya Lakshma Tushmastakaman. Now Brahma, please remember one story, and he's saying to Krishna, "Oh Prabhu, you know, once in Golaka Vrindavan, you are absorbed in your own mood. You are playing flute and you are standing on a very beautiful jewel throne. And that time, all of us, we went to take your darshan. You are busy to play your flutes. No one was there. When we arrived at place, and when we took your darshan, it was so beautiful. All of us, we lost any word to say. And all of us, we were speechless. So after some time, maybe you realize that someone is in front of you, so you look at us. And you ask me, "Oh Brahma, you are here with all other thinkers, devatas. For what? Is there any problem in Swargaloka? Is again the Asuras, they attacked?" Then I said, "No problem. We just came here to take your darshan and to pray. Okay, long time I didn't hear you praying. So just start your prayer. I want to hear this. I love your prayer. You just throw the ball in my court." Brahma said in that way, "You just throw the ball in my court." Now I have to. Maybe I have not so much intelligence, not so much knowledge, but you gave me some very special buddhi. We have no words to say. Because what is praying? To glorify your names, to give some example. Oh, your beauty like moon, your face is like moon. But you know, Krishna, if we are trying to glorify you in that way, to give an example, to compare with some things from this world, from this material world, then it will be showing some disrespect to you. It is not glorifying this family. How? If I say, "Oh Krishna, your face very beautiful like," if you will ask, "Oh Brahma, is really my face is like moon? It is not more beautiful than moon." what I'm saying. The truth is, yes, the beauty of millions of moon will be very small in front of your beauty. But what I should do? I know only one, this comparison. The beauty, the highest beauty is like moon. Same if I compare your eyes with lotus petals. Lotus petals. Then you will ask something. Is not my eyes so beautiful than lotus petals? So what I'll say? The truth is like this. The beauty of millions of lotus petals, millions of lotus, is very little in front of the beauty of your eyes. But lack of my knowledge, what I should do. So that's why we lost all the words to glorify. Only one thing I can do. And all of us will know that you are Bhavagrahi Janardana. You can read, you can hear the words from heart. You can hear the mood. You can accept that prayer because you are Bhavagrahi Janardana. So we'll do the same. We'll offer our pranam. Yes, we are not allowed to touch your lotus feet. We are very fallen. We are not allowed to touch your lotus feet. But we can touch that place, that throne where you stand. We'll touch our head on that throne. And by touching our crown with that throne, the sound will come out. Hey Krishna, hey Prabhu, please accept that sound as our prayer. So Jiva Goswami, he mentioned these stories here to show the glories of Krishna. All the demigods will be speechless, even Brahma, who known as Veda. When we say Veda, that means we are mentioning Brahma, isn't it? So what is Veda? The highest knowledge is Veda. So that means Brahma is the most scholar person in this creation. So when he lost his words to glorify Krishna, so how other will do? Jiva Goswami is saying, that's why Krishna is Parameshwara. He is not Ishwara like other avatars. When Swam Bhagavan will appear, then all the avatara will be there with Swam Bhagavan. Swam Bhagavan avatar kale arsh avatar tahe ashmi. When Swam Bhagavan will appear, then all other avatars also will come with him. For different duties, he is using different form. So that's why 6 Goswamis, many Jiva Goswamis, again and again he says, that's why Rupa Goswami, he says, I know 3 Krishna. That's why Jiva Goswami, he said, Vrindavan Krishna and Mathura Krishna are not the same. They are different. Why? Because of that. And he clearly said, Vrindavan Krishna is Yashodanandan, Nandanandan. But Mathura Dwarka Krishna is Vasudev Krishna. Why this said in that way? It's giving confusion, doubts in our heart. But that is true. By other avatars, he is doing this. Because the power of Narasingha is there, ability of other avatar is there. So when Krishna is killing some demons, Asuras, he is not Swam Bhagavan. He is using the ability of other avatars. Because Swam Bhagavan only is doing his pastimes with Rashika Muda. He never be angry. He is the deity of Prema, love. There is no anger. So when Krishna holds the sword, not flute, you must know. Maybe externally you are looking like Krishna, but you are not actually Krishna. Because our Krishna always holding the flutes, not sword. That's why Brajagopis, when Krishna met them in Kurukshetra, they just denied. Who are you? They asked. Just remember that story. When Krishna met them in the garden near to Kurukshetra, that place where everyone was taking bath in the holy river. When Krishna went there in front of them, he dressed like a king. He went to meet Brajagopis. They are Gwali, covered birds. But he dressed like a king. He knew they love fruits. But he forgot. He didn't forget. Because there was no Krishna. That's why he holds sword there. So when they look at Krishna, suddenly they ask, who are you? Is they forgot Krishna? No, never. But their vision is very special for Krishna. When they are taking darshan of Krishna, they are not using these eyes for Krishna. They are using the eyes of their heart to take darshan of Krishna. So through these eyes, when they use their heart eyes to take darshan of Krishna, when they look at Krishna, they recognize, oh, he is not our Krishna. Then they covered their head by the veil and asked, who are you? Why you are here? Krishna said, oh, I am Krishna. Which Krishna? Oh, how many Krishna you know in your life? They said, we know only one Krishna, but you are not that Krishna. That's why we are asking. For what? They behave, they deny Krishna in that way. Because of this truth. When Krishna will go out of Vrindavan, Krishna will never go out of Vrindavan. The truth is this. When you will see Someone look like Krishna, but out of Vrindavan you must know, he is not Krishna. Maybe externally he looks like Krishna, but actually he is not Krishna, our Krishna. Srinath Pandit, again we have to, this sloka by Srinath Pandit, it's really very important for our sadhana. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesha Tanayam Stadhama Vrindavan. Again and again he reminds us in this sloka about this truth. You must worship Krishna, don't forget. Worship Krishna. Then he mentioned Brajesha Tanayam, don't forget, he is the son of Nanda Maharaj. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Then again he got doubts, maybe the people they will not catch this point. Again he reminds us, Sadham Vrindavan. Don't go any other place to find Krishna. You must know Krishna is always in Vrindavan. Krishna is always in Vrindavan. If you want to worship Krishna, if you want to serve Krishna, then go direct to Vrindavan. Not to Mathura, Dwarka or any other places. Because only that Krishna will forgive all your offenses. Only that Krishna will overlook all your faults. We are Kali Jivas. So, we have intelligence, we have knowledge, we have effort, ability, but everything not 100%. And what is our speciality? Which is lack? Maybe we have 75% knowledge. That 25% we are filling by our speculation. That is our fault. We are not trying to get the knowledge, pure knowledge. But we are trying to fill that gap, that blanks of 25% by your speculation, by your imagination. That is exactly our fault. We should not do that. In our bhajan life, in our practice, there is no chance for any imagination or speculation. Everything is described, everything is written in the scriptures. All the points very clearly. It's open. Yes, before Sriman Mahaprabhu, it was very confidential. It was hidden. It was very secret. But Sriman Mahaprabhu, by 6 Goswamis and others, they just opened this to everyone. There is nothing confidential, nothing secret. Everything is written. You have to do that, you have to do this and that. Why? It is also written. Why? It is also explained, described, point by point. There is no chance to do some speculation or imagination that I am doing this for that. So there is no chance to change your practice. Okay, I will not chant Mahamantra, so I will chant another name. No. Maybe I will not chant with Japamala, Mahamantra, I will do another things. No, you cannot. Because there is no chance. You cannot change the name, Mahamantra. You cannot change the process. Because everything is connected with our bhajan, with our practice, with our target. By Mahamantra, it will develop bhakti. By Mahamantra, you can attain Krishna Prema. Then you can serve Krishna. Not in any other process. The process is only one for Kali Jivas. Taking shelter on Mahamantra. If we want to follow other process, okay, you can. What they did in Dwapara Yuga, can you? Can you follow like this? With great dedication, thousands years of austerity, sadhana, 100 years of fire sacrifice, can you follow? Then also you can get this result. We have very small lifetime. And in this short lifetime, there is only one way to attain Krishna, Prema, Krishna Bhakti. Very first, and that is chanting Mahamantra. Taking shelter on Mahamantra. That's why in the bhajan way, the first point is Nam, then Rup Gun Lila. Most four important part of our bhajan is this: Nam, Rup, Gun, Lila. If you are taking shelter on Mahamantra, then form of your Ishta will appear in your heart. When you will continue with that form of your Ishta, which is appeared in your heart, then after some time you can feel His mercy, causeless mercy in your heart. And when you will continue more, then you will start to move. Because at the beginning, which form will appear, it will be very fixed, still, not moving. So when you will start to move, so that means Leela will appear. But the first point is Nam. If you have Nam, if you are following this Nama sadhana, then everything is waiting for you. If you are not following this, then bhakti will not come. Just remember what Krishna said to Brahma, and Brahma answered. When Brahma, he was glorifying Krishna in Brahma Stuti. In chapter 14 of 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavad, Brahma glorifying the devotees and devotion, bhakti. Suddenly Krishna asked, "Oh Brahma, if somebody just leave the activity of bhakti,
can you do something about this? Why you play? It was okay as it was.
Control the game. If somebody leaves all the activities of bhakti, just start to do his bhajan, his practice with jnanas and yogas, what will happen with them? Is they will attain me, Brahma? Because in the scriptures, even in Veda, direct or indirect, they mentioned main three paths to to attain me. First is jnana, then yoga, then bhakti. So you cannot just deny, just reject other two paths, jnana and yoga. If there is no result, the scriptures, the Veda, they will not say this, they will not describe this path. So that is my question to you, Brahma. If somebody leave all the activities of bhakti and start to practice and attach themselves with jnana and yoga, is they will attain me? What is their success by this? Then Brahma says, Sriya Sriting Bhakti Mudashyate Vibho Klishyanti Ye Kevala Bodhaladhaye Teshamasho Kleshalayva Shishyate Nanyat Yathasthuna Tushava Khatina. The highest, not only the highest, the only one way to attain you. Hey Prabhu, if somebody lives that bhakti path and trying by jnanas and yogas, by their practice, they will get big zero. As a result, their success will be big zero. Why? Because you are not there. You are not in jnana, you are not in yoga. What you said to your very near Narada, Naham Tisthami Vaikunthe, Yoginam Hridayanacha. If you have attachment with the yogis, then you will say, okay, I am not staying here, I am not living in Vaikuntha, but I am living in the heart of my devotees and in the heart of yogis. You have nothing with them. That's why you mentioned very clearly, Yoginam Hridayanacha. Don't misunderstand me. I'll never be with them because I love to stay with my devotees. Where my devotees are, I love to stay there. I love to be there in front of them. I love to watch how they are crying for me, how they are sharing their love for me, how they are talking for me, how they are singing for me. I love to watch this. I love to hear this all. So that's why, hey Prabhu, you have no attachment with jnana and yoga. If somebody leave the path of bhakti, the way of bhakti, so the big zero will come because you are not there. You are always in bhakti. And then Brahma gave an example for that. Okay, now you appeared in the family of Vaishya. That means you know, you have knowledge about agriculture. So, I am asking you, oh Prabhu, after you will take out the rice from the skins, what will be left? Just the skins only. Is there any rice? No, because already you take out the rice from there. Okay, if somebody trying with that skins, two shots, and hitting by that hammer, and trying to get rice from that skins, if you can't, oh Brahma, the foolish question. There is only skins, no rice are there, because in the skins, in Tusha, there must be no rice. Same as Prabhu. If somebody is trying to get some rice from that skin, Tusha, how? They will not attain the target. Same as to attain you by yoga, jnana, it's like the same activities. Finding rice from that tusha. So how their all activity will be useless? Same. Same will happen. All those will try to attain you by jnana and yoga. They must follow the path of bhakti. Then one can attain you. And it will happen when you'll know where exactly he is. Maybe you have bhakti, but bhakti is not enough for that. To attain Krishna, bhakti and prema is not enough. You need some knowledge, is not? You need some basic knowledge. What is that? Where Krishna resides. Krishna, he resides in Vrindavan. If I go another place, I have bhakti and prema. I can satisfy Krishna. But I can satisfy Krishna when Krishna will be in front of me. If I try to find Krishna in another place, so what will happen with my bhakti and prema? So knowledge also very important to know where is Krishna. It's enough? No. It's also not enough. Maybe I love him, but to get his love, I have to do something, isn't it? So I have to know what Krishna likes. It's also important. I love flowers. Yes. We faced already this. Flower is beautiful. It's very beautiful. And we know the general knowledge is everyone loves flowers, isn't it? But something happens very strange with us in one marriage ceremony. The groom, when they will come, so it's the rituals. They'll wear some very nice garland of flowers. But it's happened with our family, her family. The groom came with the garland, but that flowers was not real. Plastic. It was plastic flower. I was strange, not only me, everyone was strange. Oh, is it funny?
It's the joke.
Why? You remember? Everyone was strange. Oh, why he's wearing this plastic garland? Then I asked, after this all ceremony happened, then I asked, why you wear this? And he did not use long time that flower garland, because you know in Bengali rituals, also in Hindu culture, the sharing the garlands, bride and groom. Yeah, they will exchange. They will exchange the garland. So just after they finish this 3 times, he just opened this garland. And again he wear this plastic garland. Everyone was astonished and strange. After that ceremony I asked him, hey, why you did this? He said, you know, the flowers is very auspicious. And you wear this plastic flower garlands? Why? He said, You know, Prabhu, I have some flower allergy. So, we know everyone loves flowers, but that is not enough. We have to know somebody also has some allergy with flowers. So Krishna loves sweet. That is not the enough knowledge for us. How he loves. Maybe you know I love sweet. So you brought so many rasgullas. Because that's general knowledge. Everyone loves rasgullas. I love sweet, but not in the form of rasgulla. I love sweet in the form of laddu. Kaju barfi. So, if I'll get rasgulla from you, I'm not satisfied. So, it's not enough what Krishna likes. The first, for our bhajan, it's very important to know where Krishna is. Then, what Krishna likes. And the most important is how Krishna likes. Then we can serve Krishna, then we can please Krishna, then we can get his love. Loving everyone, it's very easy. But to be loved by others, it's very difficult. Isn't it? So, you love everyone, but nobody loves you. So you have to find the fault inside you, not in them. There might be some fault in your heart, that's why they are getting love from you, but they didn't accept this. So it's important to know what Krishna likes and how Krishna likes. Then you can attain the love of Krishna. Then you can attain, then you can serve Krishna. So Jiva Goswami Prabhupada here is saying about this. When you want to serve Krishna, when you want to satisfy that ultimate Swayam Bhagavan, you must know the way.